Have you ever felt it? That subtle, almost imperceptible tremor when the world around you suddenly quiet. The television turns off, the music fades, the chat ends, and there's just silence. For a fleeting moment, a sense of relief washes over you, a respite from the constant hum. But then, an entirely different kind of noise begins, not from the outside, but from within. A whisper, a hum, sometimes a clamor of thoughts and feelings that have been patiently waiting in the wings, ready to take center stage the moment the external distractions cease. For many of us, this internal sound can be deeply unsettling. It's why we instinctively reach for our phones, switch on another show, or fill the void with more tasks, more conversations, more input. We become masters of distraction, adept at constructing elaborate fortresses of noise to keep a specific visitor from our door. Our self. This isn't just about avoiding boredom. It runs deeper. It's about a profound, often unacknowledged fear of being truly alone with our own thoughts. Think about it. When was the last time you allowed yourself to sit in complete stillness, not meditating with a guided voice, but just being with whatever arose in your mind? For some, even the suggestion brings a sense of vague dread. What would we find there? What long-buried worries? What unresolved feelings? What inconvenient truths might surface when there's nothing left to run to? Nowhere left to hide. Our lives are designed for perpetual motion. From the moment we wake, we are propelled forward by schedules, expectations, notifications, and endless streams of information. We are taught to be productive, to achieve, to connect externally. And in this ceaseless momentum, we often lose the pathway back to our own inner landscape. When the world outside demands so much, our internal world can feel like an unkempt garden we haven't visited in years, overgrown with forgotten memories and untended anxiety. The idea of entering it alone, without a map or a guide, can feel daunting, even dangerous. We imagine monsters in the shadows of our own minds, creations of past hurts or future fears, waiting to pounce. But what if these monsters are merely echoes, reflections, or perhaps even lost parts of ourselves simply seeking acknowledgement? What if the fear isn't of the thoughts themselves, but of the unfamiliarity, the raw, unfiltered truth of who we are when all the external roles and masks are stripped away? It's not the silence that's frightening, but the volume of our own unaddressed experiences that the silence amplifies. We have become so accustomed to defining ourselves by our external achievements, our relationships, our social standing, that the self stripped bare feels like an empty vessel, or worse, a vessel filled with things we'd rather not examine. This deep-seated reluctance to face our inner world is a silent epidemic. It leads to emotional exhaustion, a pervasive feeling of being lost, and a profound disconnection from our authentic selves. We might feel a dull ache, a persistent restlessness, a sense that something crucial is missing, even when our lives appear full and successful on the surface. We chase fleeting satisfactions, hoping to fill that internal void, only to find it re-emerges each time the external stimulus fades. The longing for inner peace becomes a distant whisper, drowned out by the noise we consciously, or unconsciously, create. Perhaps the first step towards healing this deep-seated fear is simply to acknowledge it, to gently admit that the thought of being truly alone with your mind, even for a few moments, feels uncomfortable. There's no judgment in this admission, only honesty. It's a starting point, a recognition that a part of us has been neglected and is now ready for attention. Imagine your mind not as a dark, unpredictable forest, but as a vast, ancient house. You've been living in one brightly lit room, but there are many other rooms, perhaps dusty and closed off, that hold stories, wisdom, and forgotten treasures. The fear stems from not knowing what's behind those closed doors. To reconnect, We don't need grand gestures or dramatic transformation. We need quiet patience. Begin with tiny moments. Instead of reaching for your phone, the instant you wake, lie still for an extra minute or two. Notice your breath. Let thoughts drift by like clouds without clinging to them or pushing them away. When you're waiting in line, resist the urge to fill the time. Simply observe. Listen to the quiet hum of your own presence. These small acts of conscious stillness are like sending out a gentle invitation to your inner world. It's safe to come out now. I'm ready to listen. This isn't about silencing your mind. That's an impossible and often counterproductive goal. It's about changing your relationship with the thoughts that arise. Instead of perceiving them as threats or overwhelming demands, view them as fleeting visitors. Some will be noisy, some will be quiet, some will bring gifts, others will bring challenges. Your task isn't to control them, but to cultivate a sense of calm observation, to become the silent witness, the peaceful host, rather than the frantic occupant. When we allow ourselves to truly be alone with our thoughts, a profound shift begins to occur. The initial discomfort gradually softens into a quiet curiosity. We begin to understand the patterns of our own minds, the stories we tell ourselves, the emotional currents that flow beneath the surface. We start to distinguish between the noise of passing anxieties and the deeper whispers of our intuition and wisdom. This is where true self-discovery truly begins. It's a journey not of escape, but of homecoming. The fear of being alone with our thoughts dissipates not when we conquer our minds, but when we befriend them, when we extend compassion to our anxieties, understanding to our doubts, and quiet acceptance to all the swirling complexities of our inner lives. The greatest strength we can cultivate is the courage to sit with ourselves, to listen without judgment, and to realize that our inner world, in its entirety, is a sacred space. And within that space, often the very heart of the stillness we once feared, we find the deepest peace, the most profound answers, and the unwavering truth of who we are. There is nothing to fear in the quiet, only ourselves, patiently waiting to be rediscovered.